Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 23 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War. Today's episode, I'm left with only a 10 HP Chagall. This actually is kind of perfect, in ways I was not expecting. Does Rekassus have Charm? Yes, she does. So I need her to be within the range of this fight alongside Sigurd, so that Lex can get as much hit as possible. Luckily, he has a bunch of skill. 21 plus 5, so he should hit Chagall. I think it's relatively a no-brainer there. And then I do have a couple of these fools to deal with. Finn can attack you. I think Finn is doing, what, 26? Oh no, 25. I didn't exactly calculate there. I kind of want to get this KO with Rekassus. I think I'll actually do it with you because Rekassus has staves. She can get there much easier than this particular unit. So now I'm actually going to return Midir. This is my point. I think it was better for him to get that little bit of experience points and her to just use return. And then heal you. Sylvia will obviously need more healing than that. Quan can hit with the Silver Lance. Then I'm actually going to just wait with him here. Lex can go ahead and get this KO. And then right after that, I'm going to dance for Lex. Lex is going to need to be in this vicinity. This is perfect. In fact, I'm actually quite excited about this. I think this is going to work out fine. In fact, Chagall cooperated more than I expected, if I'm being honest. So, let's see. Yeah, Sigurd does need to move out of the way, which is unfortunate, but I can't seize right now anyhow, so it doesn't particularly matter so much. Men on Finn. My positioning was not necessarily meant here, but it's actually pretty good because she was able to get the mend off. The siege, yeah, 66 hit, he should hit. Hopefully there is no Pavis shenanigans. Okay, he missed. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to reset. And how you mess with this is I have units at the home castle who can deal with arena. Jump them in the arena, whether they win or lose, it doesn't matter. Go through the arena, and then attack Chagall. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Attempt number 3. Perfect. Lex defeats him. My Augustria. Yep, Chagall is gone. Lex gets a chunk of experience points, and he gets the Silver Blade. Obviously, I don't need to stress the fact that if you're going to do a strategy like this, that accidentally selling something like the Silver Blade is kind of extremely detrimental, so be very careful about that. It's happened to me before. Let me just put it that way. So the rest of my turn is basically just going to be waiting on these enemies to come fight Lewin. And I think what's going to work here... Yeah, so Lewin can go right here, and he can actually face one of the Draco Knights, and that's really all I want him to face at this current moment. Ideen having the physic means that he will be able to be healed from a distance without me having to worry so much. Though, I think I'm just going to be seizing after I KO this boss. Just because of the fact that it can become kind of a little bit of a nightmare dealing with all of them. And I think Yeah, he doesn't have range. If he had range, he still wouldn't reach, so there's that, but either way. It is time for me to end my turn and allow the Silval phase to continue moving forward. Yeah, I'm expecting some hits here. It's not really that big of a deal. Perfect. So another reason why I don't necessarily want to end this, well, see Silval right yet is because of positioning. My plan would be to put Dew right here. That's not something he can reach at this moment. It's not a big deal if I don't get that, but it could be annoying at the very least. I could probably KO a couple of these guys. So let me check to see how Lewin fares against the boss. And as you can see, wind is not effective against flyers in this game. There is no effective damage against particular units. I think this is fine. I'm going to do 23 times 2. I'm definitely attacking twice. And then I can just attack him with the other unit. Allow me to teach you the terror of the Thracian Draco Knights. I don't think Azel is all that terrified, buddy. And a little bit of experience points gives him a level. HP, speed, not great, not terrible, but not great. And I'm going to attack, of course, with Elwind, finishing you off. Thracia, glory! And a level up for you as well. Nice. Yeah, there's too many of these guys over here for me to allow them to live this next turn, so I'm just going to finish this. Brave Lance. 17 times 2, I guarantee she's attacking 4 times though, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Then again, Alec is not going to be able to KO this guy anyway, so what's it matter? Yeah, only 9 times 2. That is the problem. Alec's wonderful combat is not so wonderful. He's actually not a bad candidate for something like the Wing Slayer for this part of this chapter, just because of dealing with the Draco Knights. And he got a blank level up, that's nice. But it's also not something I'm really that concerned about. Alec being promoted is kind of like an afterthought. He's not a mainstay on my team, he's just somebody I pair with. Oh wow, she got a blank level up too. Somebody I pair with Aaron, typically. And let's move up. Physic. You first. Sigurd. Seize. Papillion failed, did he? That does it. It's time to withdraw. I refuse to fall with this flaming wreck of a country. Farewell, King Chagall, you fool. Well, Chagall is already defeated, so that's not really that big a deal. Eldigan.
Sire, I know this is hard, but please, you mustn't lose heart just yet. By the way, Shannon just arrived from Augusty. He'd like a word with you, sire.
Shannon?
Sigurd, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What's happening, Shannon? Why are you crying?
Deidre's gone. She left the castle and was looking to talk to you, but she never returned. I'm sorry, I failed to protect her.
What? This can't be happening. And Seliph? Shannon, what about my son?
I've got Seliph with me, see? Here he is. But Deidre...
I see. Shannon, this isn't your fault. Don't worry about it. We'll find her. No matter what it takes, I'll find her.
But I should have tried harder to stop her. I'm so sorry, Sigurd.
Deidre, where could you be? Alright, so the plan here would be to... I guess I could heal up Sigurd and return him, but I think it'd be better if I return multiple units per turn, just so I can get this moving. Just one skill, not great. Return. And I can obviously move for you two. Sylvia doesn't need to be healed. I mean, really none of these guys do, but it's whatever. Yeah, so I can talk now to Quan.
Pardon me, dear, but I think I owe you an apology.
What's happened, Evelyn? By the look of it, it must be grave indeed.
Here, take this.
A spear? What? Isn't this Jaybolg? Why do you?
Your father entrusted it to me, Quan. He thought it prudent for you to have it at hand, in case our battles grew too fierce.
Even just holding it, I've seldom felt so strong. Why did you wait till now, though?
With the spear, your lord father also passed on to me its tale. I'm so sorry.
Aye. Jaybolg bears the baggage of a truly sad legend, but that is all it is, a legend.
But...
Evelyn, trust me, triumph is within our grasp. This day, I'll not fall victim to an old myth. I'll not let it slip me, or stop me from returning home. Our dear little Eltenna still awaits us, and I'll not allow some fairy tale to disappoint her.
Yes, Quan, no matter what happens, we'll never lose each other, right?
Ah, you're concerned about Deidre, aren't you? There's nothing to worry about. It won't be long until we find her.
Yes, I want to believe she'll be okay, too. I wish I could believe it, but...
Evelyn, come now. Dry your tears, but do you truly feel so bad about this?
Yes, knowing that Sigurd and Deidre may never meet again. They love each other so much. Why, Quan, why did this happen to them?
Evelyn. The tragedy of genealogy. So yes, you get the Jaybolg on Quan, a 30 hit, 70 hit, 30 might, 15 weight, exalted weapon. It doesn't give any skills to speak of, but it does give plus 10 strength, skill, and defense. This is insane as buffs for Quan. If he couldn't get through the arena, he definitely can now. I actually kind of think that it's better to wait for Quan to go through the arena till after he gets the Jaybolg. And the reason why isn't because of anything other than just for the fun of it. You're not really going to see much combat with the Jaybolg. Now, I am going to return him, so it's not like he couldn't possibly have some combat. It's just that he's so far removed. I don't even really think Sigurd's going to get much combat, just because of how far, again, he is removed. This would be a good reason to have somebody like... Okay, let's go. Where's Quan? It would be a good idea to have somebody like Ideen back at the home castle for her warp utility. Unfortunately, I did not do that, so there's just that to be said. Blacksmith. Might as well repair up the silver lance before I leave. There's nothing in the armory, and I don't think anything in the pawn shop worth grabbing. You just want to make sure that you have everything that you could possibly want with Quan, Evelyn, and alright, so I'm gonna move Quan, Evelyn, and I want to say like Finn before they leave. My issue here is I'm actually going to have to get rid of the bolt sword on Sigurd And I'm going to have to get rid of the light brand on Ethlyn and give her the bolt sword. I don't really want to do this because I think the wind sword is so much better. But there is an inherent issue, and that is that it's going to take so many turns to get due up to the Tower of Bragi that I don't particularly foresee this being all that easy to accomplish, getting the wind sword on Ethlyn. I really just don't. And I guess these guys can't be moved anymore. Azel and crew have already been moved, so it is the end of my turn.
Captain, big news! Augustia's lost the war. It's only a matter of time before that Granville guy's banging down our doors too, eh? What do you say?
Damn it, Duval. The only reason they're coming is because you lot all went pillaging against my orders. You've got nobody but yourself to blame.
Enough. I can't take your arrogance anymore. Shut it and open your ears. You actually ain't the daughter of the late captain, you know. You're just some little girl what the boss found crying alone in this ship we raided. The boss just picked you up and raised you for himself. Before we knew it, y'all all grown up and were bossing us around all nonsense like.
What? That's...
But your little axe worn its welcome out. No point keeping you alive, eh?
Damn it all. You really think you clowns can take me that easy?
And a bit of betrayal is happening in Orgehill against Bridget?
Get her, boys. Kill her quick like. Don't let her escape. Pizarre, you're in charge of things. Go raise a little hell over in Augustia. I'll be waiting back at the castle. Aye, boss.
Yeah, so there's actually 3 groups of bandits over here. Well, technically 4. There's going to be a group way farther to the left. But one group is going to go down towards Augustia, another group is going to run after Bridget, and one group stays with the boss at the Orgehill Castle. There is that other 4th group I said. They are going to be going after folks at the Tower of Bragi.
Right, raise the bridge. Augustia is all ours.
Unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why I want to do there, because I think the way is going to be blocked a little bit. Bridget is a sniper, and an interesting character, to be sure. It's actually funny, you get 2 snipers in the 1st generation, and being honest, I'm not entirely sure why. Because snipers are just really bad units in Genealogy. I would hazard to say that this is one of the worst games you can be an archer in, actually. The only utility that archers have is like defending the castle, pegging off a single unit on player phase, and there is times in enemy phase where you do fight a bunch of archers, so they can be useful at times, but it's not likely or typical. Really hope the boss can't move all the way down, and he can.
Them Granville guys, huh? Hold still and let me teach you to fear the pirates at Orgehill.
Yeah, that's not great, but also I'm just going to be able to KO him with Azel anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then this group is going to be coming after, again, like I said, the units coming out of Tower of Bragi.
Claude, come on. Aren't you done praying already? Just look around. There'll be pirates all over us if we don't get moving.
Be at peace, Teal2. This was quite the fruitful journey. Lord Bragi has answered my prayers and revealed to me the truth. It is precisely as I thought. Not to mention, I even found House Edda's long-lost sacred heirloom within the tower, the Staff of Valkyria. See, this is it.
What, that grubby little cane?
Tilty, please, do try to mind your manners. This is a legendary magical staff with the power to restore life to the deceased. It is usable only by the direct descendants of Saint Bragi. That is to say, me alone.
Huh? So what you're saying is, with this rod you could bring back my sweet old grandma back to life?
Alas, most likely not. Valkyrie is limited in many particular ways, and so cannot be used on just any lost soul. You see, all of mankind is born. Thank you. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. You can say mankind, the actual justification of what our beings are, is born bearing a life force called quintessence, which.
What's that? You lost me. Why are you still talking about this anyway? We've still got to get out of here.
Of course, let us go. So I'm going to save my progress. I'm actually going to go over yonder and talk about two particular units. In this singular chapter, I do have only 3 units left in Genealogy to talk about, and you saw all 3 join. First, we have Bridget. Bridget is a sniper, like I said. She's level 12, so that means she's pre-promoted and has many levels to go. She's already received, like, promotional gains, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about a promotion for her. She has a 40 base HP, along with 90% HP growth, 20 base strength, 30% strength growth, a 0 base magic, and a 20% magic growth. This is actually kind of wildly weird to me again. There is no magical bow in this game, and she can't use any weapons other than bows. She has 22 skill with 30% skill growth, 21 speed with 20% speed growth, 7 base luck with a 70% luck growth, 14 base defense with a 20% defense growth, 5 base resistance with or 9 base resistance with a 5% resistance growth. She has major Euler Holy Blood, which means that she can get the holy weapon of the Euler name. She has 6 movement and pursuit. Allows the user to double attack if attack speed exceeds foes. She also comes with, of course, the S rank, the coveted best rank in the game for bows. She has a talk conversation, Ideen and Bridget. This is one of the reasons why I did not leave Ideen at the home castle. So yes, even though I said that could be a good strategy, there is a reason why I did not. She needs to talk with Bridget. Now, Bridget is interesting. She's probably the best bow user you get in the game. And the reason being is because there's utility to her in the first generation, especially after she gains her holy weapon. But with all things considered, she's not really that great still. Because even though she gets the best that she can possibly get, she's still an archer. She still can only attack one foe at a time. And let me tell you, the UFEL gives some pretty weird bonuses and skills. So moving on is Teal'c. Teal'c is a level 3 Thunder Mage. She has a 28 base HP, a 60% HP growth, a 0 base strength, a 10% strength growth, a 10 base magic, a 20% magic growth, a 15 base skill, a 60% skill growth, a 10 base speed, a 40% speed growth, 9 base luck, 50% luck growth, 1 base defense, 10% defense growth, 9 base resistance, 10% resistance growth. She comes with minor Tordo, or Thrud, Holy Blood, with the Thoron Tome and the Thunder Tome. So the Thoron Tome is the most powerful Thunder Tome that you can possibly receive in this game, literally, because the holy weapon of the Thunder affinity is not at all acquirable in this game. I'm actually okay with this. I don't think every holy weapon should be something you can obtain, especially because it allows other weapons to shine, like the brave weapons and so on and so forth that you can use. And she's perfectly good with the Thoron Tome and even her poor base magic and poor magic growth. And the reason why that is because she comes with Wrath. User deals critical hits in a pinch. When she's at half health or less, she will have double attack. She will have a 60 might attack, right? And that means that most units, especially in Gen 1, just die to her. She has an A rank in Thunder and 5,000 funds with 5 movement. She actually has a very terrible promotion, being War Sage. I don't like this. I don't think she's a good unit. I don't think she's useful. Except for pretty much this particular chapter that she's in. And the reason why that is because she's kind of needful where she spawns. And where... Alright, so I don't know how these guys are reaching. Let's see. 6 movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can move her right here, just because I want her to take on all the guys that she possibly can, and remove them when she can. That being said, it is time for me to actually take on the boss here. So Pizarre, he's a warrior with the leg ring. The leg ring is kind of exceptionally great. It's not something that I need on Azel, even remotely. The only reason why I'm going to be getting it, well, actually, I don't know if I should get it on him. I probably should put it on somebody else, just because it would be better to have that kind of money on somebody else. Alec would kind of benefit from the money. It's a 40,000 gold ring, so anybody who sells it is going to get 20,000 gold. Plus, you're getting a +3 movement while you have it. I'm unsure who I want to give this to, though, and the reason why that is just because it's not really necessary on Azel. Azel is swimming in gold as it is, because he does have the Paragon Band that will be something he sells for 20,000 gold. He'll be back at 44,000 plus whatever he earns in this particular chapter, let alone the fact that he has the Bargain Band. So I don't think Azel needs it. Now, Azel will be getting the ring that is on this boss, the Power Ring, +5 strength, and that's pretty cool. So what I actually have to do is I have to KO both of these guys, this guy here, and so on and so forth. And the reason why is because I need to put Dew here, because this is plains, not roads, and I need him to get every possible percentage of void he can, while he deals with gaining all the gold from all of these guys as much as he possibly can, because they each have 5,000 funds. And I'm going to be giving all this gold that I receive to Sylvia, at least enough so that she can get the leg ring next chapter, purchasing it, that is. Thunder, 25, he's doing 24 times 2, so this is actually a KO. This is wonderful. I think, I'm really unsure who I want to give this to, right? The renewal band is not something I keep on Lewin, by the way. It is just something that I keep on him for the majority of, well, that's actually kind of a thing. I do keep it on him for good reason. It's something that he can pass to his son for a sellable, which I think is a good idea. I'm unsure who I want to beat this guy with. Thief Sword, she's literally doing nothing. He's only doing 3 times 2. I think this has to be Pizarre has to be attacked by Lewin. It's okay if Lewin doesn't KO here, and he did not. Reason being is because I'm just going to use Aaron.
Damn, the Pirates of Orgehill never lose, do we?
And he's finished off. So I'm also going to attack you with the Slim Sword, and then I'm going to put Dew in the way here. Wow, Alec actually got hit. Wow. Kind of incredible. Only a 17% hit. My prayer here is that he doesn't get hit, and he didn't. Perfect. Of course, next episode I will be talking about Claude, the last recruit I have in this particular game. I should say this particular gen. Alright, so selling you. And then I'm going to blacksmith the good old Brave Sword, of course. Yeah, he's full on arena. Time to depart castle. And then Quan can continue moving forward as he needs to. I don't think there's anybody else in the castle that needs to move. No, there's Madeir. I guess Madeir could try some more arena. I might do that before I move him out. And then Silval, of course. I have some folks here that need to be returned.
Oh, Ira, waiting for my return, right?
Yeah, you were out there a while, Lex. I was starting to get a bit concerned.
You see cute little scenes like that whenever you return folks, both of them, to the castle. I think it's cute. It's basically a replacement of the support conversations. Fiery take on my side. I actually don't like Fire Emblem supports. I think Path of Radiance is the only time in the entire series where I like supports, and it's just because I enjoy the way the support system works in that game, which is that it's per chapter that you have 2 units deployed. So, like, for instance, with Oscar and Ike, it's 9 chapters, and then they receive their very first support. So as long as you deploy both in 9 chapters, you'll receive that. I love that. It's so much better than having to grind for supports. Other than that, I don't like supports. I think Thracia does it best because they're innate between characters, and the supports are astounding in that game. 10 or even just 10% are astounding. 10% hit, avoid, crit, and crit avoid is insane. But 20% are even more insane. Then you have like Dean, who has 30% in everything because he has two supports, 110 and 120 is insane as well. So I actually think that Thracia does the support system the best, and then probably Path of Radiance after that. This game doesn't have a support system. This game has a pairing system, and it's the only one in the franchise that I would even dare consider any good. Unfortunately, for those who would probably say that I'm being a little bit crazy there, because there's a lot of people who do like some of the other games particularly. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and dance here. Pretty good level up, actually. Return you. And another level up for Rakessis. What's cool is she should be able to take on more of the arena later on in this chapter. In fact, I didn't even give her like any arena fighting. And I think the reason why that was is because I wanted to give her the Paragon band this particular chapter, but I just don't think that's happening. Though she is, again, like I said, she's getting very much closer to being able to use her particular skills in the arena. After I put Finn back into this castle, by the way, I will never be taking him out of this castle. The reason why is because he has an extremely fast growth, like lover growth, with Bridget. This is important to be mindful of because it can actually mess with your entire game. And it's just not worth the potential that would happen. Alright, so visiting town, pawnbroker. I'm going to sell the light brand. I'm going to buy the bolt sword. Again, like I said, this is not great. I'm actually not happy that I have to do this, but it is probably just for the best. Yeah, Sigurd doesn't need to be healed. Like I said, Madeir could actually potentially fight the arena before I deal anything with him. However, before I move on with that, it is time for me to call this episode finished. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.